Good morning to everybody. Dear students, in the last class, we have studied the methods of classification of animals. Today, I am going to teach the general characteristic features and examples of phylum Porifera. Phylum Porifera. So poriferans, so this phylum includes the multicellular organisms with porous body. The poriferans are commonly known as sponges. They are commonly known as sponges. Sponju ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು. They are commonly known as sponges. The sponges are marine in habitat. They are mostly marine. Marine means it is found, it is living in the sea, sea water. Then the body symmetry is asymmetrical. Body symmetry is asymmetrical. So sponges are marine and asymmetrical animals. Next point or next character is sponges are multicellular. Multicellular. Its body is made up of many number of cells. And cellular grade of organization. Body organization is cellular grade of body organization. Cellular grade of body organization. In their body, there is no tissues or organs. Its body is aggregates of cells. It is made up of aggregation of cells. Hence, its body organization is cellular grade of organization. Next, body wall is perforated by numerous minute pores known as ostia. Singular is ostium, plural is ostia. Ostia means pores present on the body wall of sponge. Now we look at this diagram here. This is an example of sponge, that is siphon, and it has a cylindrical shaped body, and its body wall has minute pores. Throughout the body wall, there are many number of minute pores, and these pores are known as ostia. They are known as ostia. So this is another example, spongilla, Euspongia. So all these sponges, the body wall has, in all these sponges, the body wall has many number of minute pores known as ostia. Next character. The entire body has a central cavity known as spongiocele. And next character. The sponges have canal system or water transport system. Sponges have canal system or water transport system. Inside the body, there are many number of canals. Canals means the spongiocele, as I already told you. Spongiocele is a central cavity, and this cavity is arranged as different shaped canals. Different types of canals are there, and they occupy the central portion of the body. And this one canal system is meant for the flow of water current. Hence, it is known as canal system or water transport system. Then water enters the body. Water enters the body of the sponge through ostia and passes through the canal system and leaves the body of the sponge through osculum. Usually, osculum is a cavity which is situated at the free end of the sponge, and this is the osculum, like this. Osculums are there, and through the osculum, the water current leaves the body of the sponge. It leaves the body of a sponge. Water transport or canal system is helpful. The main function of this water transport system or canal system is it is helpful in food supply. Canal system, next character. Canal system is helpful in food supply and exchange of gaseous substances. Exchange of gaseous substances. Exchange of gaseous substances, that is respiratory exchange, and removal of waste removal of waste. So these are the main functions of canal system. So in your examination, question may be asked to write the functions of canal system. Then you have to write the food supply, exchange of gaseous substances, that is the respiratory function, and the removal of waste. So these are the major functions performed by the canal system or water transport system in sponges. Okay, then the body wall of the sponge has two cellular layers. The outer layer, which is made up of pinacocytes, pinacocyte layer. Okay, pinacocyte layer, outer layer, and inner layer, choanocytes layer. Choanocyte layer. That means the outer pinacocyte layer is made up of pinacocytes, and inner layer is made up of choanocytes. The choanocytes are circular shaped cells with a collar and a flagella. So this pinacocytes forms the inner layer in the body wall of the sponge, like this. Then in between the outer pinacocyte and inner choanocyte layer, there is a gelatinous substances, that is a non-cellular layer, and this area, the outer pinacocyte and the area between the outer pinacocyte and inner choanocyte layer is occupied by spicules, irregular shaped hard calcareous hard calcareous structure known as spicules and spongin. So these are also fiber-like structure made up of a material known as spongin. So these spicules and spongins usually give support to the body of a sponge. Body of a sponge. It is a supportive structure. It gives definite shape and structure to the body of a sponge. That is spicules and spongins. They are situated between the outer pinacocyte and inner coenocyte layer. Okay. Then digestion is intracellular. Digestion in sponges. Intracellular digestion. Digestion is intracellular. The digestion, process of digestion occurs within the cells, inside the cells. Hence, the digestion is intracellular because there is no separate digestive system. There is no separate system for the digestion of food materials. The digestion of food material occurs within the cells, hence it is intracellular digestion. Then the sponges are hermaphrodite. They are hermaphrodite. That means sexes are not separate. Sexes are not separate. Both male and female reproductive organs are situated in the same individual. Male and female reproductive organs are situated in the same individual, and it is hermaphrodite. The meaning of hermaphrodite is the same. There is no separation of male and female individuals, and both organs, reproductive organs, are situated in the same. Sponges reproduces. That is reproduction by asexual and sexual method. Asexual and sexual method. Reproduces by asexual and sexual method. The asexual method of reproduction takes place by fragmentation. When the body of a sponge is cut into many number of pieces, then each piece is capable of developing into a new individual. So this type of reproduction is known as fragmentation. This type of asexual method of reproduction is known as fragmentation. Then sexual method of reproduction takes place by the formation of gametes and fusion of the gametes. Both male and female, as both the male and female gonads are present in the same individual. The male gonad testis produces the sperm, and the female gonad ovary produces the ovum, and this sperm and ovum will fuses inside the body of the sponge. Hence, fertilization is internal. Fertilization is internal. Fertilization is internal. It occurs inside the body of sponge. And development is indirect. Development is indirect development. So there are two types of developments can be seen in the animals. That is direct development and indirect development. Okay. In the indirect development, there is an intermediate larval stage. In indirect development, during the process of development, there is an intermediate stage, that is a larval stage. Then in direct development usually, there is no any larval stage or intermediate stage. But in sponges, the development is indirect. So this zygote directly developed into larva, and this larva then undergo metamorphosis and it will be developed into an adult individuals. So this type of development is known as indirect development, which is seen in the sponges. Examples. Zygon. Now we look at this diagram. This is zygon, and with a cylindrical body is cylindrical in shape, and its body wall has many number of pores known as ostia. The water current enters through this ostia and exits from the body through the osculum. So meanwhile, when it enters the body of the sponge, so it will passes in the different canals or spongiosits canals inside the body, and finally it leaves the body of the sponge through osculum. The basal portion of the zygon is found attached to the substratum. The basal portion, this one basal portion, is always attached to the substratum, and hence it is non-motile. Sponges are immovable because they are found attached to the substratum. Okay, another example is Euspongia and Spongilla. Euspongia and Spongilla. These are the three examples that I have given. Remember, Spongilla is commonly known as freshwater sponge. It is known as freshwater sponge, because its habitat is fresh water. It is found in the fresh water, Spongilla. And Euspongia is known as bath sponge. Euspongia is known as bath sponge. So these 2 points that you have to remember always. Sometimes a question may be asked in your examination. Give an example of freshwater sponge. Then you have to write Spongilla. Mention the bath sponge. Mention the name of a bath sponge. Then you have to write Euspongia. Okay, so these are important general characteristic features of sponges. Okay, so in the next class, I will explain the general characteristic features and examples of the next phylum, Coelenterata.